On today's video, I am sharing one of my favorite tools to help with releasing heavy emotions, painful emotions, stress, overwhelm, all that kind of stuff that, we carry that shows up in our day-to-day life. And then it feels like it's weighing down on you each day. So this is going to change everything for you. Let's dive in. Welcome back. My name is Kara Michelle and I'm here to help you live your truth. And I am so excited about this video because this work and this practice has absolutely changed my life, and I know that it's going to change yours as well. So when we look at when we look at our emotions and we look at the different experiences we have, every single one of us has gone through some hard times, right? Maybe lots of hard times, and maybe moments of anxiety, stress, fear, trauma, right? All these different things. And I like to think of it as rocks, or it's layers of an onion basically, or rocks in a backpack. So I imagine this backpack and this experience happens that's really heavy and painful. And it's like we're adding that rock to our backpack. And then, we try to continue about our life. We try to do the best that we can do. And then something else happens and we add another rock to our backpack. And so eventually, as we get older, we're walking around carrying what feels like the weight of the world because of all of these different experiences. And if we haven't spent time healing and releasing them and letting go of these things, then they are not only attached in our subconscious mind, where we might not be consciously aware of them, but they're showing up each day, but they also are in our energy field. And so we end up vibrating on that frequency. We're resonating with those experiences, with that pain or that anxiety or that trauma. And then unfortunately, from that place, it's like a magnet where we end up attracting more, negative things. And how many of you, I know I can think of the days when I wake up and I'm feeling heavy and I'm already in kind of a bad mood that day. And then it feels like everything goes wrong. And then all these things pile on top of each other and it's just not working out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had just stayed in bed all day. And that's a perfect example of like how our energy is resonating and magnetizing certain things to us. Whereas if we can, shift that early on in the morning, for example, like if I had practiced this meditation, this tool I'm going to be sharing with you earlier and done that maybe first thing in the morning, let go of the weight that I was holding on to, whether I was aware of it or not. But if I had done that, then I would have felt so much lighter to carry on throughout my day, and I would have attracted beautiful things, right? You can probably also think of a day where it felt like everything was just working out for you. And so then, it just was like this beautiful, beautiful snowball effect instead of like a negative, painful one taking place. So this meditation, it looks like this. It is linked down below. It's in the comments below as well. This meditation is so powerful. What it's doing is it's taking you deep into your subconscious mind. And even if you haven't meditated before, or even if you struggle with meditation, I highly recommend you give it a try, because what I teach and practice is very visual. So it's very much like moving through a story, moving through this process where I'm guiding you every step of the way. And so if your mind struggles to stay calm or to have quiet, if you're always thinking of the next thing, then this kind of meditative practice is going to be really helpful for you, because it's still giving your brain enough feedback and something to focus on so that your attention can still be like harnessed, but we're just moving the attention into a direction that's going to help you heal and it's going to help you release. And so when I practiced this meditation, I was absolutely shocked by the things that came up for me. And I do this work like all the time. I'm constantly uncovering the different shadows, the different experiences, and I don't say that in a painful way, because I don't want you to be afraid of it, but I say it in the sense of like moments that I didn't realize had affected me. Sometimes these were moments where it was something as simple as like a parent saying something to me, and it would have felt harmless to them. It wouldn't have felt like it was like out of anger or that it was a big deal. But the way my child mind interpreted it at that time was very much like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I did something wrong again, I'm such a failure, right? And so I personally attached a very heavy emotion to that, right? Unworthiness or failure, like not feeling good enough. And that is exactly what then created more weight, more density in my energy, as well as more of those limiting beliefs that, because of the way our minds work, and I talk about that so much in depth on this video here. You can check that out, all about the subconscious, if you want to know how to reprogram it. But the way our minds work is they attach to the stories that feel the most believable, and they continue to look for more proof of that experience or that belief. So if you've had experiences in your life, for me, I always felt like my voice was didn't matter. I always felt like my voice didn't matter, like nobody cared what I had to say, and it was better to just be quiet. And so for many years, I kind of was just quiet unless I was with like my very closest friends at the time. Otherwise, I was like, it's not safe to speak. Nobody really gives a shit what I have to say. They're all judging me when I open my mouth, so I better just stay quiet and just be this fly on the wall here. And all of those beliefs then created this identity where now I believed I was the girl that nobody wanted around, and I was the girl who nobody cared about and didn't want to hear what she had to say. So I continued to live in that story for so long. So as I did this meditation, this activation that I'm sharing with you, I was so surprised uncovering there's a part in it where we're gonna be in the subconscious and inviting things that we are ready to release, things that don't serve us anymore. And I saw these different memories from childhood where I was at school and I had spoke up about something and got in trouble from a teacher, and immediately like I shut down and I thought, oh my gosh, you know, I associated it with my voice, not with the fact that, you know, they were just trying to keep the attention on the class and I was over there talking or whispering. But I thought it was like a reflection of me and my voice not mattering. And so it added to this whole thing of me shutting down. And then I saw this other memory where, you know, I was so excited about something and I was like in this bubbly, pumped up energy, running to my parents and my brother and being like, oh my gosh, like, let me tell you about this thing. And just like in this super elevated state, and I got dismissed, and it was like, oh, that doesn't matter right now, Kara. And it was just like, ugh. It's just like a dagger. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, like I don't matter. My voice doesn't matter. Nobody cares about what I have to say. So what's powerful, and the reason I go off on this tangent, is because once we understand and uncover where some of these things happen, like I'm a coach who wants to help you find the root cause, because when we uncover that, we can heal it, right? We can't just fix things by putting a band-aid on them. We got to do the healing first, right? And so for those experiences, me uncovering this and seeing, oh wow, that was a huge moment in me creating this belief or me feeling this way. And then I can see from my adult self, or from, you know, my higher self, from the version of me that I want to be, I can see that, you know what, that experience actually had nothing to do with my voice not mattering, and it had nothing to do with me not having important things to say. Like I said, it was strictly because I was talking and the teacher was trying to keep attention, or it was because my parents were stressed about something at the time, and so was my brother. He was like overwhelmed and like just not in a good mood, and so they dismissed me very quickly, right? So it's just very interesting to see where these things show up and then how they're playing out in our day-to-day life. So with this activation, it's going to help you release things that you probably aren't even aware that you're holding on to, as well as release the things that you are aware of. So maybe you know that you're holding on to a lot of stress right now because of work stuff, or maybe you feel like there's insecurities because you're going through this up level and it's like this kind of, oh, am I ready yet? Am I enough yet? And you're feeling this kind of shakiness or this imbalance. This meditation is going to help you connect to these things, to remove them from your body, your mind, your energy field, body, mind, soul. Clear that out and then imprint in really good, really strong, really beautiful, empowering feelings so that you leave it feeling 1,000 times lighter and more aligned with the truth of who you are, which is a very, very powerful being who's here to do amazing work in the world. So your subconscious, through this practice, is going to see these things releasing, and your brain doesn't know the difference between real or imagination. This is why visualization is the most powerful tool and why the most successful athletes and, entrepreneurs and just like people who are doing incredible things in the world have all used visualization to help them manifest that life, to help them believe it's possible, because your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So you might think, this meditation, like, what good is it actually going to do for me to do this? Like sitting here, visualizing this thing or whatever. That might be, the ego coming in and trying to dismiss it and say it's not going to help. But your brain doesn't know the difference between real or imagination. So if you imagine yourself releasing stuff and sending it off and letting it go, your brain literally computes, oh, okay, I'm letting that stuff go now. That's not weighing down on me anymore. So your brain believes it to be true. Just like if you spend time visualizing yourself living the life that you want, being successful in the certain areas, having the things you desire, your brain goes, oh wow, okay, that's true for me, that's real, that's a very real part of who I am. And your brain starts to believe it. So your imagination is actually one of your biggest superpowers. I'm going to get into that on another video, but check out that meditation. Make sure you share in the comments after your breakthroughs, your wins from it. I am so excited. I love hearing everyone's stories, and it's really powerful stuff. I do work like this, quantum healing, different meditations like this every day for myself as well as for clients, and it's just always so unique, so profound what comes through. So I definitely want to hear your experience after. Make sure you let me know. If you found this video helpful, please, as always, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and turn on the notifications, and I will see you on the next video.